Hi, my name is Jenica, and today's video is going to be about 5 things that we did that led to our successful embryo transfer. I apologize in advance for the lighting, background sound. We are in the middle of a move. We just got some wonky news about that too, so this is about as best as I can do for now, so I hope that's okay. I'm also on TikTok and I'm on Instagram under the same username at a mom and a mother. So you can reach out to me on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. So many lovely and amazing people helped me navigate this journey, and so I would love to return the favor. Okay, so my name is Jenica, and I had 4 failed IUI cycles and 1 failed IVF cycle here in Canada. After our last failed IVF attempt here in Canada, we decided that we were going to go overseas. Simply because they offer more attempts, so more transfers, more egg retrievals for the same cost as 1 IVF cycle here in Canada. If you would like more information on how to get started about how to be a satellite patient or how to do IVF abroad, I do have a video outlining the entire process on my channel. So I personally know that there's a lot of information out there, ranging from medical facts to blogs to old wives' tales. I did a lot of these. Not all of them, because some were a bit wonky, but I did a lot, as I'm sure you have as well. I also have a shortened video of this on my TikTok, so feel free to follow me along there. With YouTube, it's nicer because you can take a little bit longer to explain the whys and your reasoning behind what you did and how you succeeded. Okay, so long intros are the worst, so let's just get into it. The first thing that we did that led to our success was Brazil nuts. Now, I'm not a big nut person, personally, but I can tolerate peanuts and almonds if the almonds are in chocolate. But other than that, not my go-to. So I just picked up a little baggie from Bulk Barn. You can get these from any major grocery store or any bulk food place that's in your area. Brazil nuts are very fibrous, they're a very dense food, and they are very high in selenium. Selenium is very, very good for egg quality as well as sperm quality, and they also promote blood flow. So I thought, why not? They can't hurt, right? So I bought them, and they actually tasted pretty decent. They weren't a very strong nut flavor, but I was popping them like Pez. Until one day when I saw online that you actually shouldn't be eating a large amount of Brazil nuts every day. The actual recommended dose is about 2 to 3 a day in terms of trying to conceive. So I was eating those a couple weeks before we left to Mexico, before the transfer. And they actually made for a really good airport snack, movie snack. They were just always in my backpack for a little snack. They do suggest not eating Brazil nuts after your transfer, so keep that in mind. The second thing that we did was actually an impromptu realization. I used a TENS machine on my lower abdominal area. I have a TENS machine for my elbow pain. As you can see here, I have a pretty gnarly scar, but I had surgery on it, and I use it for shooting pain and blood flow and to really help heal the wound. And I brought it to Mexico for my elbow. And then one night my wife and I were sitting there watching a movie in our hotel room, and I was like, if it helps with blood flow, can't I use it on my uterus before the transfer? So, Googled. Very healthy to use before the transfer. So I took the 3 pads that I had and then placed them on my lower abdominal area, and it was nice, soothing. I had it on a low setting. And we would just watch a movie for an hour, and I would keep it on there. And I did this every night coming up to my transfer. They do say not to use it after your transfer. You want to leave your little embryo alone, not cause any contractions or any vibrations in your uterus, which is fine. I understand. Definitely, if you don't have a TENS machine already, I would recommend buying one. They're not that expensive. You can get them from Amazon. And if it doesn't end up working for you, you can use it on other parts of your body to help with pain. Number 3, hydration. You're supposed to be drinking about half of your body weight in water a day. And I know for a lot of people that's really hard. Whether you have to get a new water bottle or fill it all with ice or maybe add some electrolytes or some flavoring into it, that's totally, totally fine. The flavored water is better than no water. Try to avoid things like coffee and teas and brewed beverages that include water, because it doesn't really count towards your daily water dosage. But what helps me is I like to buy new water bottles. You definitely don't have to do this, but whenever I see a cool new water bottle with a sweet straw, or maybe it's transparent or it's trending on TikTok, I'm like, I gotta buy that. It's girl math. It just makes sense, right? My wife is just sitting there I also really like adding electrolytes to my water. My favorite brand is Organica, and they actually just came out with a really fantastic flavor. It's lemon iced tea. It doesn't taste like cold brewed tea or like American iced tea. It tastes more like a brisk, but it's not as sweet and it doesn't have that like overpowering sugar rush aftertaste. It's very pleasant. They also have a lot of other flavors, so I would recommend checking them out. But you could also research what kind of electrolytes you're after and find a good brand that suits you. Number 4 is a low carb diet. So before we went down the IVF journey, I was 215 pounds. I was pre-diabetic and I had high blood pressure. So my goal to losing weight was actually to get my body in prime shape to conceive. The keto diet was really successful for me. I tried a lot of different diets and absolutely nothing worked for me. I ended up losing 74 pounds in a period of about 3 years, and I lost my majority of the weight in the first couple of months. Now, it doesn't have to be the keto diet. It can just be low carb, protein, vegetable, with some fasting here and there. So a low carb diet is going to reduce inflammation, it's going to level out your blood sugar, and it will help with your blood pressure. All very important things when you're trying to conceive and for a healthy embryo transfer. I don't follow a strict keto diet anymore because my first trimester was actually pretty hard. I was eating to survive, which meant a lot of carb heavy foods. So I didn't mind though, because I was like, I need to eat, my baby needs to eat, and my OB was like, eat what you can as long as you're eating. But before the embryo transfer, you're usually feeling pretty good, so that is a great time to start thinking about diet. Now, the 5th and final thing. Have fun after your embryo transfer. Now, I'm not saying you have to like run a triathlon or go like cliff diving, but you don't need to do bed rest. You don't need to stay home and put your feet up all the way up until your beta HCG test. So for us, for what we did after our transfer is we were actually headed home to Canada the day after we had our transfer, and we ended up having a 9-hour layover in Las Vegas. I've mentioned this a few other times in some videos, but honestly, I really do think it helped us. So we took a cab from the airport, dropped off our luggage at a hotel. We weren't staying at the hotel, but they take your luggage for the day. And we did some sightseeing, we did some shopping, we did a little bit of gambling. We went to Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen, which was fantastic. We had a lot of fun and a lot of laughs. And at the end of the day, I was tired and I slept really well when we got home. And so obviously it doesn't have to be something as grand as going to Las Vegas. Some type of self-care filled with some laughs and just chill and something to take your mind off of everything. I know it's easier said than done, but with whatever you did after your transfer, if you can try to continue it all the way up until your pregnancy test, that is going to help you tenfold. I have been there countless times while waiting for that pregnancy test to come in, and I know how daunting it is. But I also know that trying to find something to take your mind off of it is not entirely possible. Your mind will always be there because of what you just went through. And finding something where you can take care of your physical and your mental health after such a big journey is very important. And so I also have a list of the things that we did not do that I think led to our success. So if you'd like to see a more in-depth video on that, please leave a comment. If you have any questions or if there's anything you'd like to see, please reach out or please leave a comment, and please don't forget to like and subscribe so I can keep producing these videos. Wishing you so much love and light and of course positivity on your journey.